Shane, Nick was saying yesterday Mike McCoy used to ask him, has he thought about Von Miller today or Khalil Mack? So how many times has he asked you if you've thought about Micah Parsons today?
A lot. He's a really good football player. I know Coach mentioned it yesterday. He's got to be accounted for on every play. He flies around. They line him up all over the place. Really good pass rusher. He's got speed. He's got power. So we got to be aware of him. And this is a really good defense we're facing. They're very sound in what they do. They play hard. They're physical. It's going to be a heck of a challenge for us. Again, one we're looking really forward to. I know the Link's going to be rocking on Sunday night, so we're fired up for it.
Nick said on some of those screens the hots were to throw them. Were they all that? And how'd you like Jalen and how he handled all that blitzing?
I thought he was great. Just to see it the way he did. They pressured us. He got the ball out of his hands quick. He was efficient doing it. He was 72% on the day. Some of the things they did, we had to get the ball out quick, and I thought he handled it well.
This might be a follow-up to that question, but the explosive play rate was the lowest it's been
Yeah.
this year. You had long drives. Was it a function of the way they were playing you? Or?
Yeah, so each game's going to be different. Every game we go into, it's going to be different. Obviously we want to push the ball down the field. That game was just a little different, the way it played out. But we want to create those explosive plays. That's something we want to create every week. So hopefully we'll get that done this week.
Any influence from Jason Kelce on all those QB sneaks?
Oh, shoot, yeah, you listen to his podcast. It's all about the QB sneak. What did we run? 7 of them, I believe. And we got 6 of them. Need 1 yard, QB sneak.
Are there things that go into those plays beyond the obvious?
Those are things we talk about throughout the week and how we want to do it. It's very efficient. You need 1 yard. Quarterback sneak's the way to go. What is it? What did he say it was? 99%, 92% getting a yard on a QB sneak. So it's efficient play.
What have you seen from the Cowboys in the way they disguise their pass rush, not just with Parsons, but with like Van Der Esch and all some of those other guys? How do they disguise it?
Yeah, they do a nice job. Like I said, they put guys in different spots. Lawrence is a heck of a pass rusher. Parsons, Van Der Esch. They got a good front. They do a really nice job. I don't want to get into too much scheme about how they do their things. That's stuff we're looking at right now, but they do a really good job.
Going back to what Jeff was asking you about the blitz and everything, specifically that 3rd and 12 to Dallas, can you kind of describe what Jalen was going through, like what he saw?
Yeah, that was the play of the game. It was awesome by him. We're 3rd and 12 there. We had a man play on. He killed it to a zone play. Had great eyes. Stood in the pocket. Gave Dallas a great throw away from the defender, and then Dallas was so strong at the finish to go get that first down and get that yak afterwards. It was a hell of a play by him.
You've seen the NFL kind of be pretty hypersensitive to the concussion stuff now. Teddy Bridgewater pulled out of a game for what an NFL spotter thought he saw a wobble. Is there any concern about Jalen now running the ball and getting up and maybe taking a wrong step and being flagged for the rest of the game with a concussion?
Yeah, you know what? I really don't want to comment on that stuff, to be honest. I know the NFL, that's their protocol right now, and I'll leave it at that.
When you guys are in 13 personnel, what makes Devontae the typical receiver, the lone receiver in this sense?
Yeah, I think that's week to week. That game he was in on 13 personnel. It could be AJ, it could be Quez, depending on what we're doing. We saw some things that we liked out of 13 that week, so we had that series where we were running it good, and then we hit Dallas on the seam ball out of 13. So that was just the way that drive went.
Why Devontae more in those packages versus AJ?
Well, that was just that was that game. I don't know how many snaps have we been in 13 personnel this year. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but that was just the way that game played out.
But most of the season,
Okay.
Devontae's played much more, not much more, but a significant percentage higher than AJ.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why him in those packages versus AJ.
There's no particular reason. That's just the way it played, and that's the way it's been playing out.
I'm sure a lot of teams have, Parsons high on their radar going into a game, but he's been very effective regardless. What is it about his skill set that allows him to overcome the extra attention, I guess?
Well, I think he's just got so much speed and power. Like I said earlier, he's so fast off the edge, and the way he retraces back on certain plays and chasing down guys, it's very impressive to see him fly around. Even when you're accounting for him, like Coach said the other day, this guy's going to make plays. You got to be accounted for with him, but he's going to find a way to make plays, but we got to limit those plays on Sunday.
For part of the first half, you had like 3 of your starting offensive linemen out. You had Sue in there, Cam, and Jack. What did you see from those 3? those three guys when they were in the game?
I mean, it was awesome. Those guys came in and battled, all those guys. I mean, it was a really good group effort, the way they step up, and it goes back again, like I say, to the preparation. When guys need to come in and step up, they're prepared. Stout does a heck of a job preparing those guys every week for whatever may happen in the game. For those guys to step in and do what they did, it was impressive. I mean, Driscoll was awesome. Isaac battled. Kelsey battled, came back. Lane, again, been phenomenal all year. Lane's playing his butt off. It's really fun to see.
Have you noticed maybe Dallas Goedert having more space to get open or more open this year because of AJ and Devontae? Two receivers now attracting maybe more attention to the defense?
Yeah, I think so. Anytime you got three guys that are really good athletes on the outside, some guys are going to get more attention than the others, and it does open up space. And I think that's depending on what the defense does, that dictates, where that ball's going to go and the space that's going to open up. And if they want to double somebody, it creates matchups, on other players. So it definitely helps.
A few times this season when we've asked you about target share, it's easy for us to track it
Yeah.
in the press box with our computers in front of us. On the sideline, how aware are you of the target share from a drive-to-drive basis and throughout the game?
Yeah, we're aware of that. We want to get all our guys the ball, and we say this every week. There's one football, and we're trying to get everyone targets and everyone footballs. And I think week 2 against Minnesota, it played out pretty good. I think everyone got, 8, 9 catches, our 3 guys that we're trying to get the ball to the most. And then some games it's going to be different, And in a perfect world, we'd love everyone to get 8, 9 catches every game. But games are going to play out differently. And again, we like I said, we want to get all our guys the ball.
Are you calling plays accordingly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have plays up on the call sheet to where we want to get our guys the ball, and sometimes they might take that player away to where we got to move on to our next read.
On that 3rd and 5 or 3rd and goal at the end there,
Yeah.
What was the breakdown there? What did you think was going to work and what went wrong?
Well, we felt they were going to be in blitz zero there, which they were. And we felt like we could get outside a little bit and drift and throw a touchdown there. And it just didn't work out exactly how we wanted it to. But we were prepared for that situation.
The broadcast seemed to pick up you saying, "Trust me," to Jalen. Is that what you said, and what was he trusting you on?
Yeah, that was just a call in the preparation part of it. It was, the night before, we talk about the plays. Hey, if we get down in this situation, it's 3rd and goal. Like, hey, boom, here are the calls. It's going to be 0. Like, let's just go with it. It was just a normal conversation like you would have with anybody. Like, hey, trust me, let's go. Like, this is the call. We good? Everyone good? All right, let's go. And that's what it was.
What made you decide to pound it on the ground that final drive?
Well, shoot, you looked at it was 17-17. We wanted to win that football game. And so we started running it, and we were running it good, and we started just running it and keep running it, and then they were able to burn their timeouts there at the end, which was awesome. So that was the thought process there. And our offensive line did a heck of a job. The back saw it good, tight ends blocked. I thought it was a very impressive way to finish the game. And to finish a game like that, the game was, an up and down game, but to find a way to win it at the end like that, I think it shows a lot about who we are as a football team.
With Jalen switching plays at the line, is that happening more frequently this year? And if so, what does it speak to?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the preparation part of it and being in the system for 2 years and understanding what we're trying to do offensively. And it's the trust we have with him at the line of scrimmage, getting to the right play.
Good.
Awesome. All right, guys.